Yo, what's good, everybody? It is your boy Texas back over here with the MUTMen podcast, episode number 76, and Gut Fox is with us as always. What's going on, bro?
Oh, not too much, Texas. How's your week been?
It's been actually pleasant. I wasn't grinding the ladders for weekend league, so I felt pretty amazing after not sitting in a chair playing for 12 hours. Feel great.
Yeah,
How about yourself?
I was having chest pains and stomach aches after weekend league grinding and yelling at the TV for those 12 hours. And I don't know, there's some sweaty games. There were some sweaty games there.
Yeah, it made your streams enjoyable. I'll pop in, just see a rage, and I'll just laugh. You clip it. It was made for all entertaining thing to watch, but I guess it couldn't be pleasant playing those types of games. But we also got a guy on the podcast that played those games as well, but just wasn't good enough as our host, Fox. We got Stiff up in here right now, who finished, what, 6th?
Wow, yeah,
Sixth?
I finished 6th.
The champ got bested by an amateur. This is crazy.
Can't believe it. I was number 3. I can't believe Gut Fox went on a tear, and his strength of schedule put him ahead of me.
Yeah, I feel like I got kind of lucky there, like with the strength of schedule, and then like I know I got some feedback, like all the Madden pros were in were that New York tournament, so it was a little bit easier ladder. So I'm glad I got in the right week, the first week, and then now if I retire now I'm retiring on top of both you and Problem. I feel like I can go out on top and just say that's it, I'm done. You know, I'm retiring. I'm up there with the greatest of all time.
Not a bad way to look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
It
So
needs to be like a screen cap you have with just you over both those guys. Like, I'm better at Madden than these guys are at Madden. Just to troll. Make a shirt. That should be your shirt right there.
literally, it's framed above my head, above my bed right now. Yeah. So, Stiff, let's kind of go. We usually like to do a little bit of a biography, and you've been on my channel before, but you've never been on Texas's channel. Can you tell us a little bit about your history with Madden, from your competitive roots to how long you've been playing the game, and talk about your YouTube channel too, of course, and Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I've been playing since I was a little kid, man. I only started playing competitively 4 years ago. I'm actually the Madden NFL 16 champion. You could have caught me on ESPN2 last July, one of those days. It was one of those days on ESPN2. I was hoisting up a belt after beating arguably one of the greatest of all time, Problem, in playing the game. I do have a YouTube channel where I post just competitive gameplays and some tips. Mostly not like the pack openings as much. I'll throw in a pack opening every once in a while, but I'm mainly focused on competitive gameplay and schemes and such. What else? I also stream Twitch usually 3-4 times a week, grinding out these solos, grinding out head to head, salary cap, and especially weekend league this year since it's the new introduction into the Madden franchise, because it's also been on FIFA, and I don't believe it's been on anything else, just FIFA. Now it's made its way over into Madden, and that's basically it, right? Yeah, that's all I got for you guys.
Great, yeah. So, Texas, you're gonna include all those links in the description, correct?
Yes, I got you.
Oh yeah,
Twitter,
youtube.com/official Stiff. There you go.
got all the and which Twitter you want? You want the Madden Daily Twitter?
No, I'm actually not a part of Madden Daily anymore. I got my own little gig. Yeah, I got my own little gig.
Okay.
I got eStars, if I'm allowed to plug eStars, eStars.com.
That's fine. Go ahead and plug away, man. Go ahead and plug away.
No, yeah, eStars.com is where I'm putting my my content, my coaching content for Madden NFL 7 or 18, and it also has got a bunch of other. If you guys want to become a pro in any other type of game, like what is it, Injustice 2, StarCraft, they got all that stuff, and you're basically teaching, other coaches are teaching you how to play the game. I'm the head coach for Madden, so if you guys want to check out some couple of schemes, there it is.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's pretty
cool. So did Madden Daily? You guys just parted and went your own separate way? You just saw this as another opportunity for you, or what had happened? If you want to talk about
it was an opportunity that my manager helped me get. And I went to them specifically. I asked them if it was okay if I did this, because I never wanted to go behind their backs, because they actually, brought me into the Madden scene, made me who I was today. I wanted to make sure that they were okay with it before I did anything. I asked them. They said it was fine, that they couldn't hold me back from taking such a good opportunity, and the rest is history. So,
yeah, because Madden Daily, I think, Madden Daily is probably like the #1 name in like competitive Madden, like tip sites and like ebooks and professional, like up there. I think Madden Turf is right there. What other big Madden tip sites are there?
I can't really think. I think you named two of them. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank on some of these Madden websites because I'm not really even looking at Madden websites. That's why there was only a couple of them that I remember from when I was with Madden Daily. But then, you know, I'm not searching Madden tips on Google, so I don't really, I don't get those websites like preferred websites, so I don't really know.
Okay, gotcha. So with that competitive in the Madden 16 championship. It seemed like competitive Madden was on the upswing. You know, you earned the belt. The next year we had $1 million prize pool. This year we're getting $1 million prize pool.
1.152.
1.152. Now, do you feel like the scene of competitive Madden is expanding, or is it kind of at a standstill and kind of going sideways right now?
I think it's growing. It's definitely growing. More players are coming out to these events. Like last week or this past weekend, you know, we had the NYC event, and I heard 150 people showed up, which is unheard of. But at the same time, there's some things that I feel are holding it back. One of the things is it being on the NFL Network. I don't know what kind of deal EA struck with them or whatnot, but that's going to hinder numbers. Not a lot of people have NFL Network. Everyone else has ESPN2. I could tell you right now, 2 years ago in the Madden NFL 16 championship, I was on there. 175,000 people watched it. The Madden NFL 17 championship, I think only 130,000 people watched it, and that was because ESPN2 is in like 80, or 2 times more households than NFL Network. I feel like that's hindering it. But I don't know what the deal that they struck with. Maybe NFL Network was paying them more money. But if you want to go on the view side wise, I think you would get a lot more exposure if you had it on obviously ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, the more households it's in, the better. But it feels like a lot of kids nowadays are moving more towards the internet and Twitch, and they watch a lot of content on YouTube and Twitch. It seemed to me like the Madden Championship that you were involved with in 16 had many more Twitch watchers than it did last year, and even yours was broadcast in July, and this past year's was in May, and the May one had like 9,000 viewers, and yours had like 18,000. So why did that happen?
I honestly couldn't even tell you. I don't know why the Twitch viewership would be more for me for the Madden NFL 16 championship than the 17 championship, because the 17 championship got literally all the exposure it needed. I mean, they were promoting it since Madden NFL 17 came out. For Madden NFL 16, they only promoted the championship I think in February, or I'm sorry, it wasn't February. It was like December or something like that. They officially announced it.
Yeah,
and I don't know why.
Came out with salary cap just a few months before that, and we're really promoting it.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's actually a very good statistic. Seems like it was like 10 times more people or 3 times more people watched the 16 championship, and that has nothing to do with ESPN because we're talking Twitch now. We're not talking.
Yeah. Maybe it could just be your star power.
I mean, that's exactly what it was. You know what? No one wants to see Skimbo versus Problem. They want to see Stiff versus Problem or Stiff versus someone else. That's when the views start coming in. I mean, I don't blame them.
The unsung hero.
Yeah.
I wonder if the views also went down because EA did come out with the excuse they were going up against WrestleMania, so a wrestling event. But also on top of that, I wonder if people just were done with Madden last year because of how bad the game was. So what if the viewerships were down because of that reason as well? Because 16, despite all its flaws, it was still a fun game to watch play.
Yeah, it could be either of those. I couldn't really tell you. I mean, the championship didn't go up against WrestleMania.
Well, one of them did.
One of them did. The challenge went up against WrestleMania, and I think it went up against this season finale of The Walking Dead, I think, or something like that.
I think that's true too. Yeah.
So it definitely did hurt. But again, I think if you want to get more viewers, you head to ESPN instead of the NFL Network.
Yeah,
I agree too, especially because ESPN is actually trying to push esports. I mean, if you go to ESPN on weekends, there'll be people either bowling or somebody out here playing video.
Yeah, or cornhole.
So, I don't. Yeah, or if you watch the Ultra, they got people out here doing arm wrestling and tag, which is pretty dope. I don't know if you guys check it out. It's an amazing thing to watch. But I don't know why they decided NFL Network. So it's more than likely just because of the money. Because I would choose ESPN just because even with people who are still cutting cable, you can still catch all the games on ESPN.
Yep.
And all the recaps, where the NFL Network's just only one sport. So I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and going back to that whole more fun to play, like, Texas, do you think 16 was just a flat-out better game than 17, gameplay-wise?
Yes. I'm not Tex, but yes.
I was going to come around to you.
I don't know, because like the double juke in 16, I mean, the whole offense in 16, I think was better than 17. Double jukes and then obviously the aggressive catch. The only problem that I had with that game was anybody could do the aggressive catch. It wasn't just localized to just these amazing receivers. It was everybody. But I did like the running game in 16 better than I did in 17. So based off the offense, I would say yes.
Okay.
Defensively, I don't know. I don't remember like the zones maybe not being as good in 16 as they were in 17, or the man being as good in 16 and 17. But the offense, I had more fun playing offense in 16. That's why I played more games in 16. That's why last year, man, only time I played head to head was when I was getting crazy rewards for it. I didn't really care for the gameplay last year.
Yeah. I've often said, like, the most exciting part of a football game is when that ball's in the air traveling 50 yards down the field. So, like, even though people would rag on the aggressive catch, and Stiff has gotten a ton of crap for how he won the championship with Gronkowski against, who was it? Jalen Ramsey was Problems Corner, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So his golden ticket Gronkowski spec catching Jalen Ramsey a few times. It's still exciting. Like, oh my God, is he going to come down with it? Oh, of course, it's golden ticket Rob Gronkowski. But in 17, when they nerfed that, and basically the only way to score down the field touchdowns was to swerve it, it kind of made it a little bit more unrealistic instead of getting the animations. But I don't know. I do think 16 was a little bit more fun to play because of that spectacularness, but that's just my opinion. Stiff, what about you?
Well, clearly I think 16 was the better game because obviously I won the championship on it.
Got the belts.
But 17 was just awful. I mean, you could say I made a pretty good run in 17 too. So I finished like 42nd in the world in Madden NFL 17. And I actually went down to the club series for Jacksonville to play in the top 8. But the game was just so bad. It was literally anyone could play. This is what you do. You pick up the game, you find a formation, you find a defensive formation called nickel. You go into nickel and you find a blitz called nickel blitz 2. Close your eyes, hold left trigger with the linebacker over the center, and you're good to go. That's all you needed to do in Madden NFL 17, and you were a fabulous player. And it was so frustrating because you couldn't slide protect, you couldn't ID the mic, you couldn't do any of that stuff, and the blitz would just come in. It would just, your running back would just dumb out. Your line would just dumb out, and then once you move the ball, finally, if you actually move the ball against nickel blitz, and then you turn the ball over, you had to fear for your life against the swerve. I've never played a Madden in my life where you're up 3 with 4 seconds left, and you still think you're gonna lose the game when you're on defense. All you have to do is just call 3-man deep, right? No, 3-man deep was still not a good call when you're up 4 with 2 seconds left and he has the ball on his own 30. You never felt safe in that game because next thing you know, he swerves you, and it was like the most ridiculous thing ever. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, agreed. So what do you we'll come back to competitive, but there's a new nickel blitz that I just saw a video of. Somebody put out a YouTube video on the new nickel blitz. Are you seeing these new nickel blitz that are making the offensive linemen dumb?
No, I haven't seen anything, and YouTube. I really don't go to YouTube to see blitzes because most of them aren't really even portraying them right. But did someone try IDing the mic and it didn't work, or I didn't see anything yet?
Well, to make a fair point, he didn't really. I didn't see the ID the mic try to count. It said it wasn't counterable. I heard it was run a lot at the championship. I didn't watch the championship because I was streaming.
Okay, so then they're thinking about the double loop. Okay, I know what they're talking about. I just played somebody who was running it, and I had no problem picking it up. So it's difficult because I'm first seeing I just first saw the blitz. I heard about the blitz. It's out of Sam 335 odd. It's only in the Patriots book. It's the only formation, something 335 odd. I forgot what it's called. It might be dime 335 odd. It's the only one in the Patriots book, and it's nickel. It's like linebacker DBL loop or something like that. And I didn't even watch most of the New York tournament because I was at my bachelor party. But I heard that you send like a corner and it's like comes looping in. I just played someone who's very good running it, and I didn't have a problem picking it up. So I'm pretty sure.
So what'd you do? How'd you pick it up? Well,
I'm running a lot of single back this year, so that might have been the problem. That might have been the problem for him. Did when you saw this video, was it against shotgun or single back?
I don't think it was the same blitz. It was literally nickel blitz 2 again, and it has to do with the QB contain glitch, where they freeze the left tackle.
Okay, no, okay, then we're talking about different blitz then. I haven't seen it yet, but I would be very shocked if ID the Mic doesn't pick it up.
Okay. Huh. We'll see going forward. I think these blitzes, they're kind of like evolving. Like what I saw, like I first started to see it more like last week, where like I saw like this 3-4 blitz where you'd slide your middle linebacker out, QB contain, crash and pinch your D line, and that worked against me for a little bit. Then I just blocked my halfback to pick it up, and now because they're able to like freeze the left tackle with the QB contain, because the left tackle wants to look for like outside pressure first to stop those like nickel blitz or whatever.
Yeah.
It's now it's evolving into other formations, and it's starting to get like people are like trying it, and it's mutating and evolving, and the Madden community is very good at breaking this game. I'll give them that. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it.
Oh, absolutely.
And like today I released a gap literal nano. I can insta sack the quarterback on a DT A gap. I just released it on the YouTube channel today. So it's not like it's particularly hard. It took me like 30 minutes to find it in practice mode. And the only issue with it is that it'll get pancaked against a run and a heavy back. So single back passes get killed, but it gets nano detected in shotgun. So that's another reason why it's not that good. But anyways, going forward, Stiff, with your competitiveness, so what did you think of actually, I want to shift to another thing. The problem drama before we get to anything. What do you think about the competitive Madden scene and kind of like the personalities? It seems like there's a lot more drama in this competitive Madden scene than a lot of other ones that I've seen.
Just for this year, are you saying?
Just in general, it seems like the Madden competitive community is very...
Yeah. It's if you watch FIFA, if you watch the FUT Champions last year, if someone lost on like a bullshit play or like a good play, the guy is like hugging them saying, "Good job, thank you, you're awesome, thank you for the good match." You lose in Madden, he's a bum, he sucks, he doesn't believe it, he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't deserve to be on it. It's completely different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, what do you think about, like... I see what you're saying. Like, that happens a lot. Like, it feels like people don't respect their opponent in this game. Is that an issue for competitive Madden? Is that a good face for competitive Madden?
I think it's because there's the skill gap for Madden has just not been there for years. And, a lot of the time, and I feel like that's carried over every year, that people just, they think that they're getting cheated, and they are, and, the better person's not always winning the game, and that's carried on from each Madden, that people have just gotten so angry and angrier that every time you don't win a game, you just start, blurting out whatever you need to make yourself feel better that you haven't won the game. I even do that. Another aspect could be that it's football. It's different than FIFA. More physical. People who watch football rather than soccer probably are more aggressive than people who watch soccer. That might be another. That may be another reason. But those are probably the two main things. But again, I'm not a professional soccer or FIFA player, so maybe there is some crap that happens that shouldn't happen, like Madden. But those are my answers.
I got a couple things. First, has anybody ever tried to take a dive in professional FIFA?
Like lose on purpose?
Do? Like, no, just like dive on the stage. You're like, "Oh, you contacted me." Take a dive, try and get a penalty from the ref.
I have no idea.
I'm just doing the stereotype of soccer versus football.
Flopping?
Yeah, flopping. Secondly, talking about competitiveness, and me and Stiff first met each other playing a game last year. Stiff is just, if you guys watch the Madden 16 championship, he was exactly like that during our game. Like, you had your mic on or something, and I could hear you, and I'm like, damn, he's really going hard at me. Right here.
I learned how to
Stiff, do you remember that game?
I don't really per se. Was that 16 or 17?
That was 17.
I don't remember it then. It was all 17 was all a blur. It was all an angry blur.
Yeah. We met on ladder, and that's how we contacted each other. Then I put up a video on our game against each other. You ended up winning the game, I think, pretty easily.
You're right. Yeah, I do. Thank God I didn't say anything too mean.
I wasn't capturing our audio. I can't capture from the system. Well, I can, but I don't. But I was trying to run like a double Gronk, double Urlacher.
Oh, that's
troll
right.
Game.
You were trying to do a troll game. That's right. Yeah, and you were just like, "Oh, bad time to do a troll game with with nothing but." Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that was yeah. So Stiff definitely. I can see the competitive juices for football players. Texas, do you get amped up playing Madden more than other games? You can seem kind of chill mostly though.
Well, I was streaming today and I actually got kind of heated because I lost 2 games trying to qualify. First game I lost because I couldn't stop. What was he running? Oh, he's running four verts. And four verts is not hard to stop, but when you tell your guys to play a certain way, like he's going to the post route every time, play inside, and he still gets beat inside. I'm like, how? I'm just getting so frustrated, and I was like, this guy's a bum. Obviously, he sucks at this game, but because I can't stop it, I suck. And then I lost the last one because Devonta Adams is just the worst receiver. So whenever I lose games where I can't really control the outcome of it, I get kind of annoyed. And I guess this is why FIFA is probably not as bad, because with FIFA, the only really random thing that can happen in FIFA is probably just like a red card or you hit the post. Whereas Madden, there's fumbles, there's tipped interceptions that you be seeing these videos where the ball will literally get tipped from like the end zone back to the line of scrimmage and gets caught. Or you like I put one out recently where I fumbled the ball and I couldn't tackle the guy running down the field. Like I'm next to him, behind him, no buttons working. And so I feel like with Madden, there's so much randomness. That's why we rage, because we know what should happen and it doesn't happen. Whereas with FIFA, I don't really see anything that like shouldn't happen there, because if the ball hits the bar, that's part of soccer. Whereas Madden, I've never seen a guy catch a tip from the end zone on a lineman. Like I've not seen that. Or I've seen this happened to me earlier. Brandon Cooks was running on a kick return, and he was running in front of me. I got behind him, punched the ball out. The ball, instead of going forward, it went backwards. It went back towards my guys. Like,
wait.
I'm a rage at that. He was in front of me. I punched the ball out, and it came back at me. It came back from instead of going forward, it came backwards.
It's like that. It's like that one commercial with the old man and the fishing pole. Oh, you almost thought you had it.
Yeah. And also, the first game I lost, this is why I lost. The dude ran with his quarterback, and I stripped him. And then the ball pops out, the quarterback gets slung to the ground. The ball kicks off the quarterback's foot out of bounds.
Oh, well,
so it's just
kind of
stuff like that. Stuff like that is just like, oh, why is this happening? Like how unlucky. So that's probably why we rage a lot over here in this game. But I get mad at Madden. Usually everything else I'm pretty chill about, unless it's like one of these like Dark Soul games where they're just hard for no reason, just because they want to just torture the people playing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So you guys don't believe there's much of a skill gap in Madden. It's always confused me about this community. Like when you see the same names going to these competitive tournaments and being good, like it's not like poker where like one of like the final 9 guys is like a known pro. It's like everybody's the same at every tournament. Like Problem will continually win like 90+% of his games. The people who won the weekend league were the ones that went 25-0, were the ones that we expected to go 25-0. It seems weird that this community thinks that this game is so random and it doesn't reward skill in it when the same names keep winning. Why do you think that is, Steph?
I mean, because there's so many good players still. I mean, you know, you have your Problems out there, you have your Skimbos out there that are always going to continuously win because they have a different mindset. But then you also have to watch them play regular games, and you see how they lose these games sometimes, and it's just very frustrating. Most of these players have had, you know, buys into these tournaments, so it gives them another advantage. Like last year, Problem and Skimbo basically had double elimination already wrapped up. They were already into group play, so they didn't have to go through single eliminations at all. Same thing for me for the first tournament for the Classic last year. I didn't have to go through single eliminations at all. So, you know, that kind of narrows it down for them. But when you get into the nitty gritty of like single elimination, there's a lot of good players that lose that shouldn't lose to players that are either equally as good as them or not as good as them. But it's just the way the game plays out. I mean, even this game too, you just never know. Tip picks come, blocked, swatted down passes happen all the time, fumbles all the time, dropped interceptions, which is like the biggest thing ever. Giving someone a second chance. I hate drop picks. I think they're the worst thing in the game, but I know that in real football there's always drop picks, and I cannot complain when I have Brian Arakpo, who has 35 catching, dropping an interception. I really can't complain at that. But looking back at it, like a competitive aspect of it, you're like, that's an awful read. Why would you throw that ball into double coverage? You should be paying for that. And as like a competitive guy, that lowers the skill gap because you're losing the people that you should not lose to. I just lost my Super Bowl today, and my chance at Amari Cooper. I got to try and get this done before the rewards hit on Thursday, because this guy returned 2 kickoffs and threw at my linebacker twice, and they just dropped interceptions. Like, you cannot have that. I lost my weekend league game, one of my weekend league games, because I played the clock perfectly, and then he just blocks my kick and then returns it for 6. How can you tell me as a Madden competitive player that I just had 45 seconds with 2 timeouts to get into field goal range, execute it perfectly, and then have this guy hold right trigger and then left and down and get through and block my kick? No, this kid did not deserve to win at all. He didn't deserve the win, but I'm the one who ends up losing, and he's the one who ends up winning, and you're costing, you know, me ranking points, collectibles, whatever, and you're just lowering the skill gap. So
yeah,
it's
I get what you're saying. Like I do agree on like almost all those points. Yeah, so like some of them you're right that it needs to basically fix those parts, those like, you know, the dropped interceptions, whatever, the kick returns. I think that would make a greater game. Tighten up the zone so you don't throw in, so people throwing into coverage are going to get punished. And I especially want to focus on those kick returns. I lost a weekend league game off a last second kick return with like 15 seconds left. So yes, do you think kick returns in this game are too powerful?
Oh, I played
stiff.
I played 10 games today. I gave up 15 kick returns. You tell me.
How?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm kicking the ball. I don't know.
I know how. So they don't stay in their lanes. The lane contains are crazy. So I played a guy earlier where I took kick return with Tyreek Hill on me. And when he ran into like a certain area, like he just ran straight, 3 of my guys were stacked up on each other's backs trying to tackle him. I'm like, really? What are you? It's not how you tackle somebody, because you're getting everybody else's way, and then one guy can block 3 people. So because their lanes they don't contain their lanes like they do in real life, it just allows these kick returns crazy. At this point, I just sky kick or kick out of bounds. Like, I'll take the penalty. I might give him a touchdown. I can stop people most on defense. Yeah, just give him 40 yards. F it. Like, I'm done with this. It's so frustrating because I like kick returns, and last year they really weren't in the game, and this year they're way too crazy to where you can basically kick the ball off and not have to play offense if you just get good blocking because your guys out there just don't follow their responsibilities.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I hope they tune it eventually, because it doesn't need to be, like you said, he's at 15 in 10 games. That's obnoxious.
It's so bad. Yeah. After doing like a veteran drive, taking like 3 minutes to score, doing everything perfectly just to kick off and then do it all over again. You're like, God damn it. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and like, because they always return it to about the 35 anyway, so just kicking it out of bounds ain't that bad of an idea.
Yeah, just F it. Take the penalty yards. That's what I'm starting doing from now on. Also, back on picks though. There's different sliders with competitive mode in competitive mode in mud drafts, not mud draft, but squads versus competitive mode.
There's a complete difference.
Has to be because I don't drop picks over there.
Yeah, a complete difference.
Like, so what are they doing? Why are the sliders not the same? Why are we playing?
Couldn't tell me, bro. You couldn't. I don't know what's going on. It's the same thing. Why do blitzes work in practice mode and then they don't work in a real life game? Couldn't tell you. Some like odd. There's like, I always like to think of it as like like another world of Madden. Like they have like their own little like weird like world where crap like that happens, and there's practice mode. It's like 3 different worlds, and you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because I did a kicking video, and I was confused because people kept saying you kick the ball into the red, it gives you a penalty. But you actually get more kick power. I can
tell you right now. If you kick it in the red, you get like a 10% boost, but it comes back faster.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. But I didn't understand how Justin Tucker's like 87 kick power max was like 55 yards, but then 99 kick power max was 63. That doesn't make sense. It's like 12 plus ratings, but it's only going up by like 9 points. And so I was gonna put a video on it, but I'm like, this is too. I don't want to put one out from MUT that doesn't apply, because there's different ratings and sliders that are affecting how this game plays.
Yeah,
I wish you knew what that was.
Yeah, yeah. They said they were going to do a blog on a lot of this stuff, but I haven't seen any of it, like threshold and stuff. We'll get to it in a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. It's always been a weird thing. Like they adjust the sliders differently. Like, do you think MUT drafts, the reason you're not dropping anything over there is because they're just higher rated players?
No, I've been picking people off. I've seen cornerbacks with worse recognition and awareness, which are the same, than legends drive on balls, like drive on plays. Whereas Ray Lewis, who has really good play record and awareness, will sit there in head to head and just wait to get blocked. So I don't know what's going on with these 3 different modes actually, because it's not like that in MUT squads. Because the MUT squads, you got users obviously, so You can react faster than the CPU can typically. MUT drafts, like, I see Steve Atwater plays his zones amazing. Anybody got a legend over there in MUT draft? I don't know if you've been playing that mode or not. They play extremely well. But then you'll see gold cards that are out there if you didn't draft safety or a cornerback to jump route and stuff because they just do that. And then head-to-head is it's night and day. You have guys just standing still while the guy's running behind them.
So Texas, this is a good. I think you played at EA Play, and everybody said the zones at EA Play were so great. Now, are the zones in MUT Draft and the way they play them as good as they were at EA Play? Did that mode I could touch, but like head-to-head got touched since then?
I'm not sure because I didn't really test the zones out there. I was more there just to remember. I got in there when I was supposed to be in there, so I really wasn't like paying attention as much. I tested the high pass, and I wasn't arcade. I was competitive, so the high pass was ridiculous. And then I noticed quarterback running was going to be crazy because they don't fumble really, and they break a lot of tackles. So that's two things I noticed that actually is over here in this game right now. If you get a good quarterback, Cam, when I was there, wasn't overthrowing anybody. Everything, pass leading, everything was accurate. So they tuned a lot of things since I were there. But I don't remember seeing zones being as great as everybody said they were. But okay. I guess it makes sense though, because I mean, I think 2 years ago, he was telling me that when he was out there for the Madden thing for Madden 16, zones were amazing. Then he got the game, and then zones were awful. And it's because they tuned one thing and it messed up like how zones are supposed to play, but they don't want to make it too overpowered because Madden, they wanted to be a little bit more competitive, having guys just throw picks the entire time.
Okay, Stiff, you tested the game, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you feel this? Is this complaint consistent with your experience on the zones and what happened?
Yeah. They tuned down the zones for some weird reason, some executive reason. That's all I could really say on that matter. But okay. It's being changed. They're reverting it back. A lot upper management was pushing Rex's hand, and there's really only so much someone can really do to save his job or not to really get his manager upset or anything of that nature. So there's only so much that one could do. But all of our arguments, which is the same, is that's why you have 3 settings or 3 modes. That's why you could tune one mode and then keep the other mode the same, which is why we didn't understand why the change happened in the first place, because you could have changed it in arcade mode. You could have made zones dumb out in arcade mode, and we would have been like, oh, okay, then go play arcade mode. But competitive mode, the zones were nice and crisp, and the biggest example of that are corner routes. Cover 3 shell, and if you guys would follow anybody who's a great Madden mind on Twitter, it's Zan. I think his Twitter handle is like @forwardprogressmadden or Zan4PM or something like that. But growing up, he used to play football, and he has like a great mind. A cover 3 is supposed to stop a bench type of setup. You have the 2 out routes, the 2 baby out routes, and then you have the 2 deeper corner routes. Cover 3 is supposed to stop that. That's the play call to stop that. Not with these zones, because for some reason those corner routes get underneath, the deep blues or the corners, and you could deliver like a low bullet pass and go up the field with it, when in reality, cornerbacks are taught to look at those routes and then jump them. And that's not what's happening right now. So once they tweak the zones, corner routes are going to be less of a thing. And, you should be able to call cover 3 without having to worry about a deep corner route affecting you.
Yeah, because right now the deep corner routes are essentially uncoverable, except for like very specific defenses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you one of those patch truthers? I just made that up right now, but I'm going to keep calling them that. That says every time the game is patched, it gets worse?
I mean, I'm not one of those guys, but history speaks for itself. Every time they have patched the game, it has gotten worse.
Like, why do you say that?
I mean, last year in the beginning, stretches were very overpowered, so that they tuned it down, and then you couldn't even run a stretch anymore. Then all these other things started happening because they patched the game. So essentially, you're patching one thing, but you're opening up something else. So it's affecting the game. I can't really remember verbatim what happened last year, but I remember the first thing was the run game.
Yeah, stretches and counters were very, very good, and like they were averaging 9 to 10 yards a carry on stretches and counters last year. Because I did a video on it, because literally the linebackers didn't react into the counter. Was like they reacted. They went to the wrong side of the formation. The inside linebackers on counters. And then they patched that, and the counters, the linebackers started reacting properly. But the lineman issues that had always been there were never solved. So that way the counters died because the linemen wouldn't be able to do their responsibilities like they should have been doing the whole time. So I could see that killed the run game because they patched the defense that was the biggest offender, but then they didn't fix the offense and what was also wrong. So they kind of really nerfed it that badly. But there were patches in this game that I think had frankly saved the game in the past for me. I don't want to be facing the same blitz all year. After every patch, people come out with new blitzes, and then you got to figure out new things to stop them. And then it's one blitz is nerfed, but another one shows up, and okay, fine, I'll adjust to the new thing, whatever. I know it feels like they're playing whack-a-mole, but I appreciate them trying to take down glitches, the run pass glitch and other things like that.
I approve it. No, I think that they're trying to do a good job, but it just opens up other things. I believe that this year, the patches are going to help, but only time will tell. That's the best I can really give you.
Right. Somebody sent me a DM on Twitter of a screenshot of Rex in that competitive Madden tournament chat on Twitch this weekend. I read it. It's not a very flattering paragraph that Rex wrote out, but the sum basically is, nobody's gonna be here to defend me when I patch the game, when I fix these things, because you'll just be some of the people that are just telling me that it's already broke. Is there any way for Rex to win?
No, impossible. It's impossible for anyone to win. It's impossible for anyone to win. All right, everyone's gonna have haters. Everyone's gonna have their fans. I think actually Rex tries to go over the top and trying to make everyone like him so much that he should just focus on the core people that actually truly appreciate what he does for the game and trying to help make the game such a great thing. But yes. Yeah, he can't win. It's impossible for him to win and make everyone happy. It's impossible for anyone to make everyone happy. It's not going to happen. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do what you feel is right, or with the community that's backing you up. Just do what is right for the community. Don't think about what other people say. Whatever you feel is good in your heart, that's going to be better for the game, that you truly feel is going to be better for the game, go with that. And you're getting great feedback from people. So, just keep blocking people on Twitter that, just don't give any help at all, and just do what you feel is best for the game.
Yeah, you said it very well. I've echoed that in the past. I think it was Mark Rosewater, the Magic the Gathering, the legendary designer of that game. He said something along that same line. Basically, you want to make a game that people love and people hate. If you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, like you said. And you want a passionate audience. Because if people kind of feel they're just gonna give it up, and that you want people to feel emotion when they're playing your game, whether positive or negative. So the fact that Rex tries to please too many people might be part of his downfall, and kind of maybe it's stressing him out too much. I don't know him that well if it's actually stressing him out, but I echo Stiff's statements completely. What about you, Texas?
Completely agree. I mean, if I'm him, I try to cater to the guys that are, I guess, the pros. If they want something in this game, I would try to get them in, because they're the ones that play the game the most. They're the ones that have all the experience, and if they say something's wrong, I listen to them more so I listen to these guys who are not that good at the game. Well, and so, but
to an extent, I think some of what the pros want, no offense, Stiff, I think some of what the pros want is actually bad for the game. There are some pros' opinion that thinks they thought nano blitzes were fine because it caused separation of skill. I completely disagree with that. Stiff said earlier, all you had to do in last year on defense, you were a tough defensive player if you were running nickel blitz. And then so that's one thing. They also want rocket catching or something. I don't know that. I've never seen somebody say that. But some
strawman that fast.
Yeah, I went strawman on that one. But what else? What's another thing that competitive players have said they want in the game to separate user skill?
It's dropped interceptions. Yeah, that's all that stuff.
Yeah,
well, no, that's one of them.
It's actually kind of good for this mode, though. If you're gonna force us in MUT to play competitive as opposed to arcade, you should probably reward the guys who are out here spinning the coin for these good players, I guess, so they're not actually dropping some picks and stuff.
I saw some people last year saying get rid of fumbles completely. I was like, are you kidding me? What are you dumb? Get rid of fumbles completely?
I was a fan of that. I was a fan of that. Well, because like I got tired of being fumbled by Deion Sanders, bro. Like, yo, I got a running back at 99 carry, and Deion here forcing fumbles. Like, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And so it's all random, and so I understand it's like RNG, and I wish that they can make hit power and stuff like that matter. But the fact that more cornerbacks, for me at least, on my team, caused more fumbles than my linebackers and safeties, that was an issue. So I kind of wanted them out of the game because I feel like that'll. I mean, you can have one quarterback still because I guess quarterbacks have to fumble the ball, but if you got a guy like with higher carry, I would like that guy not to fumble. But it's just, it didn't really separate. It's all about luck at that point. It wasn't really about skill. So if you got fumbled randomly that wasn't manufactured by the user, it kind of ruined your mood. And so that's why I was a fan of not being in the game. And I made a video about that back in Madden 15. I'm like, yo, take fumbles out of the game. Don't need this no more.
Stiff, what's your opinion?
On what?
Fumbles.
On fumbles?
On fumbles.
I mean, they're aggravating when they happen. Obviously, they're aggravating. But this year they did a pretty cool thing. I mean, you can't. I believe it is if your player doesn't have the big hitting trait, then the CPU can't big hit you. You could also do the coaching adjustments and put it towards aggressive or conservative for big hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing that's pissing me off right now about the game and fumbles is if you put your strip ball trait or coaching adjustment to aggressive, that shit is roided up, man. I don't know how many times, if you just run the ball and you get like a gang tackle, there's like 5 people just trying to scratch the ball out. You guys should try it. It's actually a cute little pro tip if you guys didn't know. If your opponent is running the ball a lot, change your coaching adjustment to aggressive for strip ball. Every time you either get somebody in like a group tackle or in the backfield, they just try and rip the ball out. And more times than not, they'll rip that shit out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So Stiff, I've been using strip fumble. I've been using it aggressive. Some games are better than others. I get like 1 or 2 CPU strip fumbles. It seems like it's pretty rare for me. 1 every like 10 games, or like 2 every 10 games, or 1 every 5 games. So what coach adjustments are you using, and how are you setting?
I'm using aggressive on my pass rush since the pass rushing needs to be patched, which Rex said it will be. I'm definitely doing that, which I don't know if it's because I got good defensive linemen. People have tried to fake hike me with my aggressive. I haven't gone offside once. My next game, I'll probably go offside 5 times since I said that. But that hasn't happened yet. Sometimes I do the strip, and then I always tell my defenders to play the ball.
Yeah. So I do something similar. I used to go strip aggressive, tackle aggressive, but then I had way too many broken tackles, and I got really frustrated.
You're gonna have a bad time.
People are like, just do strip on aggressive and the hit stick or the aggressive tackles on balanced or regular, and it's been a lot better since that I've made that change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You also can't do the tackles on aggressive because if you tackle the quarterback, more than likely you get a face mask call. So I watched the game.
Never had that
where
happen
a person
either.
got sacked 4 times in a row, but Joey Bosa got 4 face masks.
I've never had that happen either.
So be careful with the aggressive because like the dude got bailed. Like just because Joey Bosa kept tackling the quarterback, face mask. Like, all right, cool. This game is out of control right now with aggressive tackling. So be careful with that when you have guys. I guess they have that penalty trait if that exists. I think that doesn't that exist. Penalty trait gets penalties, get face mask, all that stuff.
Discipline versus
Yeah, so they have like if they're not disciplined, then turn it off. They are. I guess you can go ahead and get away with it.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Tex, you want to talk about weekend league versus actually, before we leave competitive stuff, Stiff, I should have asked you this right at the top of the podcast, and I'm sorry I didn't. Can you kind of break down just like a quick breakdown of how the competitive tournaments are happening this year and how people can qualify? Because me and Texas still aren't kind of sure, like, in how weekend league factors into it.
All right, yeah, I'll try and do this as quick as possible because there's actually a pretty good, full, in-depth analysis on my YouTube channel going over everything.
Which will be in the description below for those that want to check them out.
So
I did not know we had a new YouTube. I did not know that you had a new YouTube channel. So now that I know that,
my own personal
I'm
one.
going to go to subscribe. Nice.
All right, so there's going to be 3 majors. Technically 4 because they're not considering the championship a major for some reason. I don't know why. So you got the Madden Classic, the Madden Challenge, and then the Madden Club Series. And then the last one is the Madden Championship. I don't know why, again, they're not considering the championship as a major, but those are the 3 majors including the championship. Classic is played with regular teams. Club Series played with salary cap. The Challenge is played with MUT Draft, they're calling it this year, and then Champions is played with salary cap again. Now, in order to qualify right now for the Classic, you play either MUT salary cap or the weekend league, MUT champions, what they like to call it. And if you're not familiar with MUT champions, during the week you can qualify by playing 3 games in a row or by completing a season of head-to-head. I believe it's All Pro 2. You have to complete just a season. You'll automatically qualify. You don't have to play through the qualifiers. And that qualifies you for the weekend league, which is Friday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Friday, 10:30 a.m. Monday morning. You have to play 25 games, and how many people they're qualifying is 8 people per console. So if you're top 8 for MUT champions for now until the cutoff date, which is October 13th, I believe, then the top 8 would get brought into the online portion of the Madden Classic first major, which is single eliminations. Now, you could also qualify for the Madden Classic online single eliminations through salary cap, like I told you, and they're taking the top 28 people. Well, actually, what's 32 minus 8? That's not it. 24? So thank you for that. 24 they're taking. They're taking 24 from MUT salary cap. They're taking 8 from MUT champions, which is 32 combined. So the 32 there are going to duke it out single elimination, and then they're only going to take 2 per console to go to the live event. Now, if you also want to go to the live event for the Madden Classic, there's things called challenger events. One just happened this past week in New York. There's one in 2 weeks in Vegas. Then there's one in El Paso, Texas. And then to conclude September, there's one in Philly. If you win...
Why El Paso?
Trust me, I have no idea why. It's so random.
Like, bro, I live there. There's nothing there. What are we doing?
I don't know, man. If you win one of those challenger events, you get an automatic bid into the live event for the Madden Classic. Now we're done talking about the Madden Classic. Let's move on to...
One question on the Classic. So it's reg teams?
Yeah, regular ranked teams.
Even the single elimination is regular teams?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. You're qualifying through salary cap and champions, which is full MUT, and you're doing regular teams. Makes 0 sense, but hey, that's what they wanted to do. Don't ask me why.
It's gonna be a boring tournament to watch too, man, because it's gonna be the same 2 teams playing.
And that's why they didn't do it last year. That's why they didn't do it last year. They didn't want to see the same teams. I don't know why they're doing it this year, but hey,
shouldn't do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not head of VA, so I don't know. Then you go into the Madden. And it's so confusing going over this too, because then you go into the Madden Championship, which is from October 14th until December 13th. And you can qualify for that through MUT Draft. They're taking the top. I don't even know what they're taking. I asked Matt this. He told me that he couldn't even tell me, which is weird. I think they're taking 128 players per console for the Madden Challenge. I don't know how many they're taking per MUT draft and how many they're taking for weekend league or MUT champions. I don't know. He said it was a very difficult equation. He couldn't tell me over Twitter. So really? I don't know. I swear to God. Now, the third one is going to be the club series, which is 32 NFL teams have entered into the club series. You can play for your club. You go online, you can pick your club out. And how this works is that and this is why it's so weird, because you can qualify for the club series now, and then the qualification ends October 13th. It ends the same day as the Madden Classic qualifications end, or ends a week after. So those 2 qualifications go on now. The MUT Challenge, the Madden Challenge qualifications starts October 14th to December, but the Madden the club series doesn't go on until February. So it's so freaking weird. And what they're doing is they're taking the top 6 players for MUT salary cap per console, and then it's the top 2 for MUT champions or weekend league per team per console. So it's per team per console, those figures I just gave you. So if they're taking the top 6 people for MUT salary cap, say you pick Jacksonville. For salary cap, if you're the top 6 person on the MUT salary cap leaderboard that picked Jacksonville, you don't have to be the top 6, just the top 6 in that club series that picked that team. Then you get into the online eliminations. Same thing goes for MUT champions. They're taking the top 2. If you're the top 2 of that salary cap or of that team for for that team for the time period, then you'll be in single elimination.
The trick is to pick a very unpopular team. Don't try and qualify for like the Cowboys.
Yeah, or
Basically.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So that way you won't have as much competition.
if you think about it that way, yeah.
Because then, like, I don't know, the best Madden players are probably like, favoring
you could
around
also
the bigger
think,
metropolitan.
You could say that, but I know one of the top Madden players is picking the Browns, so
Oh.
you never know. You never know. Yeah.
Wildcat.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. All right, so, and then how's the championship run?
The championship is like the top 32. No, it's the top 16 players from the rankings. The points haven't even been distributed yet. We don't even know what the points are like yet. The top 16 people from there, and if you make the finals of an EA major, then you get an automatic bid into it. So right off the bat, since there's 3 majors, that's 6 people that are automatically going to get into the Madden Championship live event. So that means that there's 10 other players that are going to be coming from the point system that I don't know how is divvied up yet because they haven't announced anything about points.
Interesting.
So the best way to qualify is to just become one of the 6 early and then to stop playing Madden until because fighting for 10 spots with this amount of people about to be competitive this year?
Yeah, it's going to be very hard.
Woo! Yeah. Man, that is going to be very tough. So you're going to probably see the best of the best this year when it comes to that because of how hard it is going to be qualified. But it seems like they could do a better system. This seems kind of very convoluted, like what they're doing right now. There's so much.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, it really is. So thanks for that. All right, moving on to so everybody, let us know if you have any questions in the comments. But I think Stiff covered it pretty well.
Yep. Also, there's a video on the channel about it as well. So again, link down in the description below.
So Weekend League versus Draft Champions. Which mode should you play? Texas, you want to give a breakdown on the rewards for that?
All right, so this is the question that was posed on Twitter this past week after everybody raged hard playing Weekend League. I know 2 guys in the call did as well as a lot of people I'm friends with. And so people were saying that they much rather play Draft Champions, or MUT Drafts as they call them now, because it's much less time consuming and the rewards aren't the same, but if you're not getting in the top 5 anyway, you're not getting the crazy rewards. So if you go undefeated and have the #1 ranking over in Weekend League, you get 250,000 coins, I believe, as well as 4 elite packs. Whereas over in Draft Champions, if you win 4 games, you get 5,000 coins profit and also an elite player pack, which can contain an elite ranging from obviously 80 to 890, over 91 overall? You get legends out of those packs as well. So people were wondering, what is worth the time? If you had to grind Weekend League for 12 hours against tough competition, or play MUT drafts for 12 hours and against people who aren't necessarily that good at the game. What is better?
Stiff?
I can't really answer this right now because the first rewards go out Thursday. And until I can see what the rewards are, I do know that the elite player packs that we get, I'm going to be getting 4 on Thursday, so is Gut Fox. I know you get I don't know how many people we choose from, but I know one of them is definitely going to be an 84 or higher. That's definite. But still, I know an 84 isn't the biggest. But I will be blowing up on Twitter. You can mark me down now. Follow my Twitter at @officialstiff. That if I get some shitty ass rewards on Thursday for grinding my balls off and getting 2 losses and 23 wins, there's going to be some serious hell to pay because they're promoting this. They're like, play MUT with the best rewards against the best players. Okay, well, I better get some damn good rewards. I'm going to be getting 200,000 coins. Well, me and Gut Fox will be getting 200,000 coins, which is not shabby. But with the way the market is right now, 200,000 coins won't get you an 88 overall player right now. Good, decent player won't even get you. So I'm really...
Hey, man. Sleeping on Vernon right now, man. Vernon's a beast. Calm down with that nonsense.
Well, all right.
Most. The majority of them, Texas.
Most.
Okay, I was saying, man, Vernon's 200K, man. That dude's a monster. But yeah, I agree that 200,000 coins is not much in this market.
It's really not, especially when you want those high-end players. And if these packs are not freaking lit as hell, there's going to be some hell to pay because I spent, oh my God, 12 hours, 14 hours on the weekend playing all these games, recording these games to get out, and if the rewards are just not there, then I don't see the difference of you just take MUT draft out of the even the equation. Just play regular head-to-head. If you get 100 head-to-head collectibles, you can get a freaking Amari Cooper that's going for 600,000 coins. That sounds a hell of a lot better than playing 12 hours over the weekend and then getting 4 elite packs that are going to be containing maybe an 85 overall elite player. But again, I can't speak. Maybe maybe everyone's pulling fire. Maybe they juice those packs up more to get those higher overalls, and then then it would shut me up. Then it would be completely worth playing. But
I hope that's the case as well.
Listen, it should be, because you're playing against the top competition. You're spending a lot of time on the game, and you're also trying to qualify for the majors this year. But again, there has to be a difference between going on MUT draft, playing, winning those games, and then going to head-to-head seasons and then grinding that out just to get an Amari Cooper that's going to go for 600,000 coins. That sounds a whole hell of a lot better right now.
Yeah, it really does. And the thing is, like, with mine, that's like, okay, so with all that grinding, that's like one pack opening, isn't that? Like, if I open a pretty decent, like those mini goat packs, that was easy. Like, those is what brought a lot of coins to the market. Or maybe not. That's a whole different thing. But if you would have opened $100 and those mini goats, you'd have easily done just as much more. You would have made more coins than the weekend league would have got you from grinding. The thing is, the only thing that I think can save weekend league are monthly rewards. If they bring it, like FIFA had monthly rewards.
Yeah, they did.
If that goes into effect, then I could see weekend league. I mean, like, I might change my tune depending on what the monthly rewards look like. But as a YouTuber, and both of you know this, like, no matter what I pull out of those packs, I'm still titling it fire, and I'm still gonna be like, these are awesome because
fire packs.
Yeah, fire packs, because it's all about, it's not so much what you get out of the packs, it's the clicks you get on the video. Yeah. Because we have those exclusive packs. Like, the only people on YouTube that are gonna open those packs, like me, Stiff, and Problem, Savage, right? Any other YouTubers in the top 10?
No. Y'all the best of the best. I mean, you're the best of the best because you won 24 games. That DC kind of screwed you over. But I mean, but Stiff also lost one game. That was some nonsense as well. So both y'all the top of the best.
He won 23 games, and he's lucky that he's ahead of me. Fox waited until I finished all my games, and then he started searching. That's what happened. He finished all of his games on Sunday. Oh, everyone was already done with all their games.
Everybody's been saying that, but I didn't see any. Like, I played all 3 nights because I spread out my streams all 3 nights. I didn't notice any difference in skill level. And like, the hardest guy I played was Sunday, and that was Donald Trump too.
I saw you play Deli though, so I kind of balanced out.
Oh yeah, well that's the third time. That's the third time I played Deli. Me and him just have like a special connection. But yeah, so like Donald, he was like top 3 in the leaderboards all of last year. So. That was the hardest game. That was a Sunday game, and I don't know. What do you legit think that's a real thing, that the hardest games were Friday, Saturday, Stiff?
Yeah, I do think that everyone wants to get their games done, but I don't blame you. That's what I'm doing. I couldn't play Sunday because of my bachelor party, but that's what I'm doing. I'm playing 5 games on Friday, 10 games on Saturday, 10 games on Sunday. That's how I'm going to spread it out.
Yeah, you got to spread it out. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out and just start making bad reads.
Well, yeah.
People who are trying to finish up on Sunday because they had a lot of games to play. Are just out
there exactly.
Just playing just so they can finish.
Exactly, yeah.
So they can actually place. But with the rewards, though, so these are going to be fantasy packs where you get your choice of. So it's going to be 280 overall or higher than 1 guarantee 84.
Is it 3?
Just like
is it 3?
Legend fantasy packs.
Is it 3?
It's 3 people.
Okay,
it's 3 in the packs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed 3. That's what I
better be
read.
freaking good. I swear to God, if they're not good, I'll be on Twitter.
I think this is going to be just like the Legend fantasy packs that came out, where they didn't really affect the market on 86s and higher.
Yeah, because I didn't pull 186 overall Legend.
But 85s and under were going for a crazy amount. So I feel like that's what's. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully a lot of you guys actually get good things out of this, because I want to see. I mean, you might see a few people get like crazy 90 overall pulls out of these packs, but hopefully everybody's doing it. Because otherwise, it'd be kind of annoying. Like, especially if you placed higher than somebody, you got 4 of those packs, and somebody who got 1 of them gets like a card that goes for more than the 4 cards you pulled. I'm fighting somebody at that point.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. No, you will see me throw hands. I won
23. Yo, y'all won 23 games and y'all pulled 4 cards that go for 200K combined. This guy put Odell Beckham out of his 1. Jesus, bro, this is
and they also that's actually a very good point. This should also be percentages should be higher for, you know, the top 2, top 5, top 10, top 100. Should also, those percentages of higher pulls should be higher.
Pack should be like, so if y'all in the top 10, y'all should probably be able to get like 87.
Yeah, I know EA doesn't want to really release percentages, and I don't blame them, because if probably people saw the percentages of pulling a card, it'd probably be like a riot on Twitter. I don't blame them, but there should be some kind of, you know, pull rate for higher wherever you end up in the leaderboard. You know, it doesn't have to be specific; it just has to be like a range. You know, like 1 through 10, 1 through 5, 5 through or 6 through 10. You know, 11 through 50, you know, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, just to help us reward in the top 10. I'm for that this week at least. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm for it.
Well, I'll be watching.
No, if they do that retroactively, they better give.
I'll be watching your YouTube.
If they do that after the fact, they better give you boosted odds, like give you those packs again if they decide to increase the odds for those guys.
They have to. They have to be good. Because you want them to come back and keep playing weekend league. They got to be good. I can't see why they would be bad. But if I pull 3 or 4 85 overall cards, I'm gonna be on Twitter chirping at somebody.
Yeah, we might.
I don't blame you.
We might have to put somebody on like some sort of stiff watch or something. Somebody to watch over him after he pulls those, because I think that some damage might be done to the Xbox or the PS4 or something around you. Control. Have you ever broken a controller, Stiff?
Oh, come on, plenty. What kind of question is that? I'm a competitive Madden player where the game flukes out a bunch of times. What do you think?
Fair enough. I've almost broken hands before, but I like the pound on the
desk.
Yeah.
I told you to fix that, bro.
Yeah, the desk needs some padding, but otherwise it's pretty steady. So overall versus
I love that.
Versus DC, did we come to a consensus? DC or weekend league, Texas?
If you're not good at the game or you don't have a good enough team, like I would go DC, because DC is. I have a lot of fun with it this year. Hopefully they tune it eventually, because if you guys haven't played it yet, you will draft nothing but tight ends and receivers. You may draft 4 defensive ends, maybe, but you only can pick 2 of them because they're both in the same round. But they give you a lot of weapons to play with. So you get to test a lot of the players, but they don't really give you enough guys on defense to compensate for it. But I'm having a good time over there. It's really easy to win these games. And the only thing that I wish they gave was like better rewards. I think salary cap has the best rewards right now for the value. 9,000 coins, you win 27,000 back for going 6-1 or 6-0, and you get an elite player pack. Like that's really good value back out of it compared to what MUT Drafts is with the 15 tickets it costs, or 5 tickets it costs 15,000 coins, and you make 5K profit if you win 3 games or 4 games.
That is crazy how they increased that this year.
It's stupid. I don't even know why they decided to even give out. It's not even an unranked draft, so you can't even like do that if you just want to just play without having to pay to play. And then I know Guru tweeted out that they give you back your value in content for losing and stuff, but it's still not the same. I'd rather have tickets back than a gold player pack that's going to contain a 75 overall gold card that maybe go for 2,000 to 4,000 coins.
Yeah. I think we'd all agree. Yeah.
$15K.
It's kind of like buying packs with coins. It's just a waste generally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to Team of the Week this week. So a little bit changed from past years. We get it on Tuesdays now instead of Monday, and they include a full.
About time.
What's that?
It's about time. I don't know why they didn't do Monday Night Football, but about time.
And then they do a full 26-man roster. Now, there's been a little bit of back and forth in the community about Team of the Week, about the sets, the power-ups and whatnot. Texas, let me hear about your first impressions about this year's Team of the Week.
Actually, it's pretty cool that they're going to be doing basically a lot of players every single week. Hopefully, they do improve the pack odds. I watched a lot of people pull packs today, and people were out here paying $50 or whatever heck that bundle cost for 71 overall golds that were green bordered. That kind of annoyed me. But I do like the format of it because, I mean, we're going to be getting players from each position now. So that is why we're getting less football outsiders. We'll see linemen finally. We'll see more defensive linemen and players of that caliber. So we can basically build our teams around these players coming out in the future. Now, I don't like that they are going to be taking control over this all the way over the outsider program, because now we probably won't see that many rookie premier upgrades. I'm a conspiracy nut when it comes to EA, And I think that's why we only get the 10 players who did last year for the rookie premiere, and this year they're going to be trying to kind of dictating what comes out because they have full control. Whereas with the outsider guys, they pretty much get to pick what cards they want or what players deserve these cards. And then the sets are pretty awful right now. Hopefully it becomes wild card, but if you guys haven't seen them yet, you have to collect specific, what do you call them? Team of the Week golds for elites. So if you wanted to get a chance at an 80 overall higher elite, you got to collect the specific card as opposed to the wild card. So I'm not a fan of that. But other than that, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this stuff goes with 26 cards dropping every Tuesday over here in this game.
Yeah, well, Stiff, any thoughts on Team of the Week?
Not really. I mean, as long as they pull, the pull rate's good, which I haven't seen. Don't really have too much of a complaint. The only thing is the power-up cards, which I think we're going to get into in a little bit. That's the only really complaint I have is that if you have a power-up card that gets a Team of the Week hero, you should be able to power that card up to that Team of the Week hero. If not, then power-up cards are useless.
Yeah. Remember how good the packs were after the little Jimmy, the Team of the Week packs after that? Yeah. And then Texas saying, like, I didn't see any videos on the polls today, but Texas and what I saw on Twitter, they're pretty terrible so far. We just gotta make little Jimmy trending again. We get some sweet Team of the Week packs again.
Well, I tweeted this out, or I might have put it in the comment section. The packs last year for Team were 70,000 coins. This year they're 30K.
Oh.
So like they're 40,000 coins down in value. So you're probably not gonna get the same type of return you would normally get from what was last year, where they were a lot more expensive. But I mean, I just don't like the fact that they're dropping 71 overall Team of the Week cards. Like, I'm cool with 26, but why we gotta get 71s and guys that aren't actually players you want to pull for? That's so bad. So if they just add a wild card set where you can collect any one, I'm cool with it. But right now, needing the specific ones, you're more likely than not to pull the lower cards.
Yeah.
And so if there's a wild card, I can upgrade it and then get a chance at one of the better cards, which then makes cool. But I mean, right now the way it is, they have the values all in Evan Ingram, the values all in the other guy. That's TJ Watt.
So there was no timer on the packs in the store, right? Right, Texas? We don't know when these packs are going away.
They're probably not going to go away for at least a couple of days. If they do indeed go away, probably just be in the game for a week until next Monday or next Tuesday.
I don't like that because I was just about to say a good investment opportunity would be to buy these those high requirements and then sell them later in the week when those packs are out of the store. But if they're going to be there the whole week, that hurts us investors even more.
They're keeping these packs in the store. I don't know why so long, but I guess because not any limited time cards in the game right now. At least we haven't seen any since launch, and so I guess you can pull packs anytime you want because there's a lot of stuff in packs that have value now. And so I think that's why a lot of these packs are staying there. Because I thought Legend Fantasy packs would be gone after the weekend, but no, they're still there. So if you want to keep stocking up on it, you can.
Yeah. All right. Well, And what do you think about the no limited card in this Team of the Week, Texas?
The no limited?
Yeah. There's no.
Oh, not dropping any limited time.
Yeah.
I'm more shocked that Derek Carr got one because he didn't really play much preseason games. So I guess they just wanted to wait, until week one. We'll probably see week one. My guess is EA's gonna do that week one because if they don't do that, there's no point in really pulling packs. Yeah. Because especially on a Tuesday, if there's nothing limited, you can just wait till Saturday to pull packs. And I think EA probably wants people pulling packs all year round. So eventually that limited the cards because if you're gonna get a chance to pull Team of the Week, Football Outsiders, and then I guess there's nothing else coming out on Fridays because when the Football Outsiders are on Wednesday now. So just pull on Saturdays from now on. Just save all your packs, pull Saturday, and then sell on the weekday when there's nothing in packs to pull for. So
agreed.
I think that might be the move they decide not to do that. But they will do that. We'll probably see one next week or after week one actually, which is this week actually, right?
Yeah.
Football season starts Thursday.
Yeah. Hey,
cool.
Stiff. What makes you decide to buy packs, and are limited cards in packs one of the reasons you do it?
Yeah, I usually save all my pack pulling for Saturday because of the Legends. You may mainly get more bang for your buck, and mainly because I'm labbing during the weekdays. So I don't really want to pull on the weekdays. I usually always pull during the weekend.
Fair enough. All right, so moving on to power-up players. A lot of controversy today on Twitter. I think Skoma was kind of at the center of it, really tweeting and tweeting up a storm about how they didn't release the power-up player. on the same day that they release these Team of the Week players. Stiff, can I hear your opinion on power-up players so
Yeah,
far?
I was also voicing my opinion a little bit too on that matter, because I remember Jake saying something about like a tier 4 upgrade on power-up sets, that if they get like a Team of the Week hero, they'll be able to get those sets done. Because essentially, if you think about it, if you spend all your coins, and I'm going to use Derek Carr as the example because he's the example right now. I spent around like 250,000 coins powering up Derek Carr, which was cheap because I did this in the beginning of the season. Right now, I could imagine how much it costs, but let's just go off of 250K completing Derek Carr right now to get him to an 88 overall. Right now, if I want to get the 90 overall Derek Carr, how much is that going to cost?
Like
600,
480.
all right, so 480. So that would be, if I wanted to just get the 90 overall Derek Carr, then I would have to spend another 480,000 coins, which would make my non-auctionable elite power-up 3 Derek Carr invaluable to me. I can't do anything with him. Everything that I spent on him is now useless. Now, if you think about a tier 4 coming up later in the year for Derek Carr, Mutt Guru was hinting at like a tier 4 coming up for other cards later. Now, say Derek Carr gets a tier 4 in like December. Now all the coins that you spent on that 90 overall Team of the Week Derek Carr are invaluable. You could always sell that Derek Carr later, obviously, because that one is not non-auctionable, tradable. But there has to be like a line between the power-up players and the Team of the Week players that come into effect, because you're essentially gambling on your power-up player. I'm gambling on Joey Bosa. I'm gambling on Derek Carr. I'm gambling on Delaney Walker, J.J. Watt. Those are all the ones that I have right now that are powered up all the way. I'm trying to get like Odell and Julio, but those are going for like insane amounts of coin.
They're going for so much.
So I'm gambling.
They were 360 last week, by the way.
Yeah, I did.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I passed on Khalil Mack on 200K when launch came out. I don't want to hear it. So you're gambling on doing those tiered cards, those power up cards, because they turn non-auctionable tradable, in hopes that they get a Team of the Week card that you'll be able to power up again, with other coins. I'm not saying all you have to do is put the power up 3 card into the set and then you'll get the new one. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be surprised if I'll be actually pissed off if you have to get their base elite again. If you have to do their base elite again and put it into the set, I'll be absolutely furious. But I wouldn't be as surprised if it's like 2 elite tokens or 3 elite tokens and a silver token and a gold token or whatever it is. That I don't mind, because you're obviously upgrading the card to be a better card than what it was previously. But they have to, and Jake said that it's coming out. It's just that they won't come out the same day.
Yeah, I think that's something they should change, though. They should really make it come out the same day. What are your thoughts on it, Texas?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna boast about no longer making you do meaningless upgrades, but if you wanted to keep a card, you can upgrade the entire. It just come out the same day. Like, you can't, or have better communication about it. I know there was a Mud Reddit post that so I think NJ Horn tweeted you today about it, Gutfox.
Yep.
Them saying it won't come out the same day. But put that on the main page. Why are we doing this stuff where people can't actually see this? People don't really follow all those different accounts. It'd be better if you put it like maybe in the game. People are actually playing, so power-ups will come out a day after or later on than when the card gets released for its new upgrade. Like, I just need better communication when it comes to this, because you don't need people out here flipping out thinking you guys forgot about it, and obviously they didn't forget, but their track record has kind of earned them that type of skepticism, because they do be doing a lot of things where it's just like, did you forget that this is a thing over here in this game?
Yeah.
Like, Team Leader is a good example of that, where they had 89, or no, LeGarrette Blount had less trucking. Like, did you not realize he had higher trucking on his lower overall card, or no? No?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they earned that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no. I'm completely with you, them forgetting. Like, they've said a lot of things on Reddit that they kind of really have done. Like, the whole giveaway accounts. Like, they were going to whitelist some streamers for giveaway accounts. Like, I'm sure there's some of the guys that built their community off giveaways, like Raw Dog. He's looking for a whitelisted account so he can trade cards, and they'll be auctionable to people. They said that's a potential thing that's coming. It seems like they've completely forgot about that, like you just said. So the fact that their communication is so lacking here, I think, is what really pissed off the whole community. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate. What's interesting, though, because people are thinking that EA is going to make you buy the 90 overall card to upgrade. No, it's no chance. I don't know if people are thinking that
Yeah,
way.
they are. Wait. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
No, you're not gonna. Why
They
buy
said
the
it.
90?
They said it on. They said it on Mudhead.
Wait, you're gonna buy the 90 overall Team of the Week card to power up to the.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So wait. So wait. So what you're saying is, since my man Stiff has the 88 Derek Carr,
Yeah.
he also has to drop another 400,000 coins.
Yeah.
On the 90 Derek Carr.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
To put into a set
To get the 90,
for 90 Derek
no,
Carr.
that makes no sense.
No,
to
there's
get-
no way.
To get
There's
another
no way.
to get another power up. To get like the plus ones on that 90 overall.
Oh, so there's gonna be
a 91 Derek Carr.
so
Yeah,
they're
get
gonna
like
have
91.
So you gotta spin what?
That's dumb.
Wait a minute. No,
There's no way.
We're gonna wait till
the way I read it was that it's the same card, but you could just power it up to a non-auctionable tradable elite for people who've already done the powered up card. So what I would have to do is put the 88 overall powered up tier 3 Derek Carr into the set along with whatever tokens, and then I get the 90 overall team of the week one, but it's still non-auctionable tradable. That's the way I took it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
No. Here, let me put this thing in chat here. If you guys want to check Skype chat, there's Jeff Meller from EA, the head guy, saying the latter of your two scenarios, the Team of the Week version would be one of the components to build the new Tier 4 version that would be better than both a Tier 3 and Team of the Week version.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is not only do you got to spend the coins to get the card that's going for a lot of coins right now, but when you do power him up, he's going to be probably like a 93, 92 overall potentially.
Maybe.
So,
or just plus ones and they'll be 91.
Or a 91. So it has to be two power-up sets then, because I don't think anybody will be willing to do that. I mean, people will, because people are crazy about the spending coins on these cards, but I would be hard-pressed to see if they decide to do just one power-up set where you had to go out and spend another 400,000 coins. So basically, your Derek Carr investment is already 800K.
Yep.
Just, no, they can't be doing that. They gotta... hopefully they went back and looked at it like, you know what, we messed up on this too, like we did with team leaders, and they went back and just made it like, well, how it makes sense, how me and Stiff are thinking it should.
That's how it should be.
Not how they said it was.
That's how it should be.
Because that would be ridiculous. Unless he's like a 93 overall, I guess that makes sense, I guess. But still, that's a lot of coins to invest in an NAT card.
It's terrible. Those NAT cards are terrible. We talked about those. They should make a deconstructive set. We talked about that with the Scummo podcast.
Yeah, they need to do that. I mean, somebody got a refund on one of their sets, so maybe you can call EA. Can I get a refund?
Yeah, but they should really
Can you take this card back from me?
You should be able. There should be a set that, like, you can put in your NAT powered up version to get back your non-NAT version that you can auction. That'd be cool. That'd help out the market a lot. All right, moving on to thresholds. We got quite a few topics left. We've been going for a while, so
Yeah, I actually got to drop soon. I got to drop real soon.
Okay, how many minutes you got?
Like 5.
5 minutes. Okay. All right, I want to talk about the meta, I think.
Let's talk about the meta with the guy that actually plays the game, since I haven't played much yet.
What do you see in Stiff out there?
The meta, it's cover 4. A lot of cover 4 because cover 4 press stops the corner routes. That also stops the run because the run fits. Not a lot of people know about this, but when you like hold right trigger or left trigger and you're in like any type of coverage, you can see where each player is supposed to stop the run whenever a run comes. That's just a quick little tidbit, but cover 4 has the best run fits in the game. So a lot of people are just playing coverage right now, putting their coaching settings on aggressive, getting like a Joey Bosa, JJ Watt, stacking up their D-line, playing cover 4 press base aligned, using the middle of the field and just, stopping the run and praying for, some block sheds and some power or finesse moves to get to the quarterback.
But I mean, that's kind of how football's played for a lot of NFL teams. They just let their D linemen go at the quarterback and they don't do too many crazy blitzes. We're seeing more blitzes. But that makes sense. So what about offensive formations? What are you seeing?
Well, my formation single back tight slots is starting to spread like wildfire. It's a very good formation single back.
I've seen that.
It's very tough to stop. I even have a difficulty stopping it. Shotgun split close has always been a good formation that everyone always comes out.
Yep.
I've seen that. That's the most one that I've always seen. Shotgun split close. Some types of.
Can you tell us how to shut down halfback wheel out of that?
Yeah, very simple. Don't run halfback wheel against me. I'll kill you. If you run halfback wheel against me and beat me, I'll give you $1 million.
But for the rest of us, how do you shut it down?
I usually go in at $1 and do like a DV blitz 2 type of scenario. I try and make the quarterback roll out to the left, man up the slot receiver, the left, the isolated receiver, who's usually on either the left or right. Man him up because he's usually on a post route. And then
post route beats man coverage this year. That's why I've had.
That's why I got my Dion. I got my goat Dion with 91 man coverage, and he sticks to that route 9 times out of 10. And then just use everything else. I mean, the corner out gets boxed by the soft squats in cover 2, so you can't throw the corner out. So they'll have to settle for the underneath route, in which you can lay a big hit on. Or just use it in the middle of the field, because if it's not HB wheel, it's PAF slide, and that's coming up the middle of the field. So I like to think that I can shut it down pretty well.
Is different than I do. So I learned how to stop this recently because my buddy Ryan, and that's his entire offense. It's gun split close. So you run that little sweep out of it. He gets great blocking. I seen Tyreek Hill freaking just throw Ray Lewis out of the way. So I don't know why the blocking information is amazing, but. What I did to stop it was I just basically would man the linebacker up on the come out there and cover two men. Man the linebacker up on the post receiver because he's always underneath it. So if the quarterback throws the ball short, it'll be picked. If he throws it deep, the safeties play it pretty well. The wheel route gets shut down by it, and then I just cheat because they don't call pass interference in this game. When they run that inside route with the the in route, I just run right into the receiver so I can play the corner route. And if it throws to the tight end, I get a big hit on him. So that's how I stop gun splitting close without sitting in cover 2. I just cheat, bro. Like they don't call pass interference yet. You got to take advantage of it, man. The referee ain't gonna call it. Why stop yourself from running it?
Yeah, if you know the route that's gonna be run, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Well, thanks, Stiff. I really appreciate your knowledge. Thanks for hanging out on the podcast with us. Texas, I guess we'll get a couple more minutes. But appreciate it. So everybody check Stiff out. Texas, anything?
Yep. All his links will be down in the description below. He has his website, which I forgot the name.
E-Stars.
But it's because I remember. E-Stars. See, I read a thing on Twitter that said if you forget things, you're a genius. So I think I'm a genius right now. He also has a new YouTube channel. Yeah, it's on Twitter. It was like a scientific study. It proved that people who forget things are geniuses, and so I'm going to use that as fact.
Right.
He has a new YouTube as well. Be sure to check that out always. All the stuff that you guys need to find him on YouTube or on Twitter or on Twitch will be down in the description below. Be sure to check him out, though. He's a great follow, great guy. And hopefully he gets back to the champion. I like that emotion that he had.
Thank you.
I like seeing that.
Thank you, guys.
Got to root for the good guys now once in a while since my favorite character decided to become racist. So I got to find somebody else to root for, and I think this is going to be the guy right here.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, thanks,
All
Dave.
right, thank you for being on, and we'll see you next time.
All right, Texas. So you wanted to talk about thresholds again this week. We talked a little bit about last week when I mentioned what we saw with the CFM and the different thresholds for agility and juke and spin and other moves like that. What's your take on that? You wanted to talk about it again.
Yeah, so I didn't realize. I must not have been paying attention that much last week.
Makes
I thought
sense.
I was paying attention pretty well.
Yeah,
it happens.
Nobody ever
sometimes.
listens to me. It's okay.
Days off and not think about things. I thought you and Sav had a nice back and forth. I was like, I'm sitting over here diddling my thumbs. But when I actually saw it in front of me today, or the other day when you somebody tweeted it for CFM stuff, and now we don't know if this stuff's actually accurate, but when I saw, or applies to MUT, I shall say, it's accurate for CFM. We don't know if this stuff applies to MUT. But when I saw that juke move or trucking was the main one, where the threshold was from 70 to 89, I got really upset. So I didn't know that. I was so confused on why the threshold range was 19 points between the elite tier juke moves at 90 and then second tier juke moves between 70 and 89.
Yeah. So
or truck moves, I shall say.
Thresholds. I just did a video on this after your other tweets. So I'm gonna clear it up. But I basically what Rex told me in the video's not live yet, Texas, so you haven't missed anything. Sorry.
Gotcha. You're good.
Rex told me. I asked him that same question, like, well, if there's this threshold, what do the other stats matter? And he said basically, like, say for trucking, like you said, 70 to 89, 19-point swing. The higher your trucking is, the better chance of success you'll have at trucking no matter what animation you have. So if you have a 70 trucking and you try to truck somebody, you're going to get the same animations as somebody with 88 trucking, but you're not going to be very successful in those animations in the random dice roll of you winning versus that defender's hit power. So you're definitely going to want higher trucking no matter what. It's like what kind of cool animations and like better animations open up different success patterns, but the higher overall your stat is, the better chance in dice roll you'll get.
Okay, so it does make sense because somebody did explain it to me earlier. It was like that's probably the reason why like 77 versus 89 are different because you probably get more success to succeed when it comes to trucking. So I understand all that. I just don't get why the animation are the same for a 19 skill points. So basically telling me that even like my LT gets the same trucking animation as Adrian Peterson. That shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case at all.
Yeah.
Like I understand he's not gonna be able to truck everybody, but he should not have the same animations as one of the best bruising backs we've seen.
But like
in football.
What's your fixation on animations though? Isn't it just about winning versus losing?
It is, but when it comes to this, it needs to be kind of like what's what I'm looking for? It needs to just be the way it should be, if that makes sense. Like what's going on right now is not how it should be. It's not how it should play.
So you think there should be a new animation for every level up?
Probably every 5 points. Just to separate like these guys. Like Garrett Blount's 90 trucking, so he's elite. So he has a different trucking animation than Adrian Peterson, who's at 89.
Yeah.
Who will get to 90 with chemistry. But when it comes to these other guys, that I don't know why they had the same trucking. That's why Tevin Coleman's a monster over here in this game, because he has the same trucking animations as one of the best halfbacks we ever seen play football.
Yeah, but nobody's trucking with Tevin Coleman. We're running around players. That guy's fast.
Yeah, 88 speed. But I just don't get how the threshold. Like, why are they so like they should be like every 5 or even 10 maybe intervals? Like, why is it the way it is right now where it's 19? I can't wrap my head around that.
I don't know. Just because they only have so many animations they can work with.
It takes it away then. Just have the crazy ones for the better ones and just give them 1. You go 1, 2, then 3 maybe. I don't know what it is. It just seems like it just I feel like the solution is there. They just since it's the way it's been going for a while, that's the only way they've been doing it. So I don't know. I might be tripping about this. I probably am tripping about this actually thinking about it, but I just feel like it should be it should be different compared to what it is right now.
Fair enough. All right, so moving on from thresholds, like I agree. It does seem like a wide range, and especially for more important thresholds like route running, which actually doesn't have that wide of a range. But trucking,
yeah, they moved it now because of you. Look at you, bro. You out here affecting the game too. Like, we saw that video from Gut Fox.
Yeah,
you affect the change, bro. Look at you. This is why you a MUTMen.
That's why. Yeah, we work so well together. We expose the lies, deceptions, and deceits. So, team leaders, by the time this podcast gets out, will already be out. So Texas.
Whoa! Inside information?
Well, aren't we basically it's not guaranteed, but aren't we assuming it's out this week, like Wednesday or Thursday? By the time this podcast.
Well, Wednesday is Football Outsiders, so
no, it's not. There's only Football Outsiders once a month.
Oh yeah, once a month. Well, you're right.
Thursday's Weekend League rewards. Friday's Weekend League.
Friday Weekend League, and then Gauntlet Unleashed.
And then you responded in the comments of my Market Monday, said you're kind of right, but you're kind of wrong, Gut Fox, on some of the stuff.
Well, that's about the silver players, because
yeah.
like EA can easily take the price. You've seen that they can drop those bundles and just cost the price down. Which is before we get into the team leaders, how come EA doesn't let you buy these team bundles for the AFC West with coins, but then they let you buy it with coins on Friday for the same pack?
I don't know.
There are 20,000 coins on Friday for any team you wanted, and then they do this 4 specific teams for the division. Can't buy with coins. It's weird. I don't understand what's going on with that, but we probably will have it on Wednesday, so a day before this podcast goes live. Hopefully, because people have been wanting them for days, mostly because they're trying to get the MUTMaster grind done, and that's the last step really for the solo challenge grind, because it's going to be a lot of sequences to play. So hopefully we do get it by then.
Do you think
I'm looking forward to hopefully getting it by then?
Are we going to get 500 solos soon?
Well, the team leaders are like 180. For MUTMaster, you got to knock out 8 team leader sequences, right? And those 500. So right now, I think if you played all of them, plus the daily ones, you're around like 260, 270, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And I think if you play the team leader solos, you got to play knock out 8 team sequences. And I think if they're with 30 or 16 game solos, you'll probably get close. And if you want to go ahead and knock out the rest of them as well, spend the coins and play the rest of them, then you'll be able to get your MUTMaster solo challenge rank up. Cause I think it was like 1,000 solos, right? If I'm not mistaken, in Toke's video from the team leaders, there's a lot of solos in the game when they actually did.
It was I think it was like 500 or something. Like,
was it 500? I thought it was close to.
Oh, was it 1,000? Okay, maybe not.
I thought it was. I might be making stuff up. I thought it was a lot of solos. It was like, this is crazy. Look how the coins you can make. And I was like, there's not much coins here. You just spend coins to play. That's what I was looking at. But because right now I'm 4 days away from MUTMaster. 4 days for getting daily objectives that I can actually complete it. I still got to play head-to-head, still got to play salary cap, still got to get 80,000 passing yards. But if you are, unlike me, and on the head of max out on all those things except for your daily objectives, if they do drop team leaders tomorrow, we might see Sean Taylor in the game by this weekend.
Yeah, I would. This weekend, really? With those many yards?
Well, solo challenges take a while. Probably, if people are crazy.
Yeah.
People are really crazy. I think if they drop it Wednesday,
and
then you basically.
How many yards do you already have, Texas?
I've rushing yards. I'm like 15,000 in. I saw Code today was at 25,000 for rushing. He finished rushing already, and he was at 40,000 for passing.
Jeez, how'd you get 40,000 passing?
Well, squads. If you play squads, it's really easy to level up over there when it comes to all that stuff counts as well towards your squad stuff.
Yeah.
And so rushing, because for the what was it, the legend one for the Larry Allen, I had rushing touchdowns done so fast. Passing take a while because you don't pass the ball in squads. You just run gun split, close the run play out of it. And you touchdown every single time.
Really?
The blocking is ridiculous out of that formation.
Hey, what are you doing tonight, Texas? You want to play squads?
You streaming?
Yeah. I need to get my squads.
Xbox?
Yeah.
I'm down. I ain't doing anything tonight because I am going to be eating after this, and then we can go ahead and run some squads.
Yeah.
I don't got a team, though, so I'll just be your head coach.
Oh, shoot. I don't have a team either.
No, yeah, you sold your team while anticipating the market crash.
Yeah.
I like that because that's actually. I'm hoping that we actually do see a crash when we get to there. Because if not, I'll be kind of upset because prices just keep going up.
Yeah, they're crazy.
So I guess we got to figure out.
It's crazy right now.
We do because I'm about to just go ahead and build my team later on. But I'll be once I build my offense, then we can. I'll be the quarterback of your squad's team.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk later. All right. So, MUTMaster, you think this weekend for MUTMaster, if we get them, people are gonna be able to get it done?
If we do get team leaders, I think we'll see them unless the soul challenges are taking a long time. Because I know people are. I don't know why people are so crazy about getting the yards one done right now. I think somebody tweeted you a picture of them getting like 3,000 yards in like one game, in like one solo game.
I think it was like 1,000. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's absurd what people are doing just to get the objectives done. And since EA decided to make the MUTMaster reward, it's not really worth it because you still have to get the objectives done with Sean Taylor to get the MUTMaster reward. But for them to give you an extra 750,000 coins, I think the incentive is going to be there for people who don't have coins, but also want to do this. It's going to be probably by this weekend if the soul challenges don't take long or aren't as expensive to unlock as I think they're going to be.
Yeah, because like everybody wants to be first MUTMaster, right? So they're gonna like really power through that.
I don't know why. It's not that big of a deal. Like, you get a card you can't sell plus the coins. Like, it's not much here. Like, being the first in the years past made sense because you could sell Gronk for 2 million coins.
Like, some people like the bragging rights, though, right?
Yeah, but like it's lame. Like, if you're the first MUTMaster, all right, I know you sold that card for like 5 million, but like being the first MUTMaster now just means you just play this game a lot. That's all that means now. Like before, it was a smart plan.
Yeah,
you become the first MUTMaster, get the coins, and then sell your coins for money. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, now being first MUTMaster is just, I got Sean Taylor. Now I got to play more solo challenges to get his objectives unlocked so I can get these coins again. Thanks, EA.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want to get MUTMaster. I want to get him quick because Sean Taylor's going to help, hopefully, for weekend legs. But it's going to be such a long grind for those solos and yards. It's going to be terrible. But
it's going to be. That's why you got to pay somebody to play it for you.
Yeah.
You got to get somebody on your account to take care of it for you because, like, if you watch Netflix, it's not gonna be bad. Like, I'm probably there's a lot of shows I gotta watch Netflix to catch up. I got Narcos season 3, I got House of Cards season 2 to whatever season on right now, Game of Thrones. So I'll be fine. So you just gotta basically do that in the meantime.
I gotta get one of those things that have like where I could play at work or something, right? Can't like what are there?
Oh, you get one of those like portable consoles.
Yeah, totally. I'm just kidding.
That can happen. Oh yeah. You're not trying to do that?
I know. Like PS4 has it, but Xbox One doesn't.
Yeah, they have the Vita. No, they have one of those portable game capture device. One of those portable game things, the game page things that they gave out last year to those that didn't promote coins. as a token of their appreciation.
No, yeah, I didn't get one.
You remember that at the Mudhead party?
Oh, really?
They had like,
that's cool.
Yeah, they gave those things out for people who didn't promote coins. Like people who didn't promote coins couldn't have bought one of those 10 times over. Find that funny. But yeah, it's
you're not jealous or anything.
So, but it's you can get one of those and just play while you're at work, and then your boss asks what you're doing. You're like nothing, putting it at the desk, and then just look at it. Or you can come to PS4 and see the Vita, and then that can work out for you.
Yeah, I don't see that going so well for me. I'll give that a old pass. All right. Hey, Texas, what's your opinion on sim solos? A lot of people are just hating the solos that came out for Team of the Week.
Yeah, have you played them?
What
sim solos?
No. Oh, I've played sim solos. Yeah, they're terrible.
The Team of the Week solos are the worst because they're full. They're not full game, but they might as well be just 7 minute quarters, and you play for a 70 overall card.
Terrible.
So you got to pay 45 minutes for 60 or for what 30? Not 30K, for 3K, maybe. It's worth it. But like sim solos are just weird because again, when Skull was on the podcast, he talked about how there were things out there that were powers that be that were affecting the sliders. And that's why we hate them because ratings don't matter in sim mode. Quarterbacks that you're going against are accurate, and your team can't do anything. So I don't mind sim solos when they are kind of like the gauntlet, but if they're full games, man, I'll be getting angry. Like I don't want to have to stop this team twice. Because all they're going to do is sort of deflate every single time. They're going to juke my user route and then run it for a touchdown. So I'm not a fan of sim solos because of the difficulty that they put them on and make it not even worth grinding at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think, do you think they're like purposely trying to punish people that are like grinders? Like a lot of people said that on the forums today.
I don't think they're trying to punish grinders, but they're making it tough to defend that they're not doing that though. Because the journey's ass. And that Devonta Adams is ass. Like, I would say he's good. And they lost the game today because this dude doesn't even get pressed. And then the ball's in my quarterback's hands before he gets off the line of scrimmage. So, yeah. I think they're trying to tell us that they want us to play the solo challenge for coins, but the best way is to pull packs. And that's why they're making pack openings this year amazing and enticing people to pull those fantasy packs. Like, every video I've seen so far, except for week 2. Week 1 was amazing. Week 2, I haven't seen too much stuff out of it. But the first week, oh my God, this is dope. So I think they're trying to entice people to pull packs that way. And that's why we haven't seen much packs over in the gauntlet over in solo challenges besides the gauntlet Unleashed, which has so far been the best set of solo challenges we've been getting over here in this game.
Huh. Good. So you would recommend Gauntlet Unleashed before everything else? Yeah,
because if you care about the tokens, you can basically get like all the. Because I think they'll reset every single week to the point where you get gauntlet trophies every week. And so you can just stack those up, get the free elite for your team, and then you can get the 85 auto-auctionable. I pulled Landon Collins on Xbox recently, and then I know some people also pull crazy stuff out. I've seen guys pull the 82 plus and got Von Miller. And so there's some pretty good rewards out of that. I would do that one, and then once you get level 15 and level, level 15, and then to play Gauntlet 2 and Gauntlet 3. First one's not necessary. Gauntlet 2 gets you that Seahawks pack, and then Gauntlet 3 gets you that elite pack where my buddy pulled Zach Martin. You see guys out here pulling Tom Brady out of those packs as well. So the Gauntlet so far is the best reward. It is also on simulation mode, which is why I put that video out, which I got to give you thank you for as well, for telling me that, well, not telling me to put it out, but influencing me to put it out. Because when I saw you doing it in your stream, like, I got to get this out right away before somebody steals it.
Oh yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, like we had a conversation. I said you get this out because that's how many views do you have in that one already?
Over 140.
Yeah.
So
140,000 views. Yeah. I'm glad I could. Yeah. I could motivate you to that.
I'm gonna send you a nice donation in like October. I get paid.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Just have fun with it. Maybe just a firm virtual handshake is good enough for me.
Virtual handshake? All
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
in the form of money, I got you.
No, definitely not. All right, so we kind of jumped ahead to MUT meta. We talked about that. Hey, Texas, do you think there's too much content right now? I've seen some complaints on that too.
Too much content right now? No, because there's not. There's a lot of packs right now. I guess that's probably what they're confusing with too much content, but the only thing we've gotten so far since launch has been I think limited time legends, right?
Yeah, not necessarily the cards, but like things for people to do. Like so now, if you're a MUT player and you're not me or you, but if you're a casual MUT player, and you're sitting there and you're looking at these MUT menus, there's all these solos, and they keep putting out new Gauntlet Unleashed every week, and you only get a week to finish them. Then you got Weekend League, then you got Draft Champions, then you got Salary Cap, then you got MUT Squads, and you got MUT Head-to-Head, and then you got, there's Auction House Flipping. There's so many things to do. Do you think that's intimidating to people? Do you think that's, like, some people say, like, I just don't have enough time to keep up? Does it feel like those people that have the fear of missing out, do you think, like, there's an issue there? What's up?
Hey, dog, chill. Why you want to whine now? Sorry. I don't think. I mean, I can see how people get that way because they don't have time to play all these solo challenges because of work stuff, and then if you work Monday through Friday, you probably don't want to come home and play solo challenges for 2.5 hours for a chance to play more solos for a free elite. So I can see how that works, but I feel like there's enough content in this game for every party. Like, if you're head-to-head grinder, you got 3 modes you can play: Salary Cap, Draft Champions, and then if you're really good at the game, Weekend League on weekends. If you don't care about that, just care about building coins up, building a team to play MUT Squads with, solos are there, the MUT Squads you can do as well. So I don't think there's too much content right now. I do think there's a lot of things to do over here in this game, but if you manage your time wisely and don't spend it trying to, like, do other things that you don't have time for, you can definitely make it happen, because basically it'll take about 4 hours a week to knock out all the solo challenges for the Gauntlet Unleashed. About 4 hours. So that's if you manage your time. That's what I'm saying. Watch us. People who watch us, they can literally watch this podcast, or watch your gameplay in the background. My gameplay in the background, I put on this. I got a lot of gameplay that I haven't uploaded, and then while they're listening to this, play solo challenges so they manage your time more effectively. I think what this year is going to do is make people manage their time more efficiently. I think that's what it's going to do, because there's so much stuff that you can do for if you want, like certain things, that if you're not managing your time the right way, you're going to be missing out on all that stuff when you can actually do it. When you can actually, you don't have to worry about that at all if you just pay attention to what I've been saying for the longest time, which is manage your time like you would schoolwork.
Yeah, Texas, dad, Texas, I guess, right?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that's what ends up happening. But I think this. I don't think there's too much content right now. I think there's a lot of stuff that for everybody.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, people try to do too much, like Texas is saying, but just basically find what you enjoy. Do that a lot. Like, if you're trying to do MUT Master, okay, you got to do it all. That's just something that you got to do. But just find a mode that you enjoy, because there's some pretty decent rewards in all modes, except for, say, I don't know. I guess it sucks for the Draft Champions that you got to put money into it. But we've talked about that. So just do what you feel like. Don't worry about missing out on things that are in the game. Anyways, moving on to the day one patch that hasn't come yet. We talked a little bit about patches earlier. We don't have to go over that again.
Yeah.
Likes and dislikes in Madden 18. That's something I wanted to get Stiff's opinion on. Me and you kind of covered that. And then the hurricane, I guess, is the last topic before we wrap up this podcast. So there's a couple of hurricanes. Was it Ira or something?
Irma?
Yeah.
Irma? I don't something like that.
Yeah, it's coming down on Florida. There's one right behind it too, which is just crazy. I just saw that today on like Twitter or something. Somebody says there's one right behind it too. So it's projected to land on Florida and EA and Orlando and stuff where they are at. So with MUT content, expect kind of a lull. We had this. Was this last year or 2 years ago that there was also a hurricane over Florida, and they kind of abandoned the office, and they said maybe there might be some server outages. Now, I call him the biggest troll on Twitter, Black Letter Law. He tweeted at one of the developers that you'd think EA would have backup servers for such a large company in like another part of the country, so that's why like they wouldn't have to have server outages. But just be aware, and he got blocked by a few people for that one. But
of course he did,
yeah,
because they take this stuff seriously.
Yeah. Just be aware that over this, I think it's supposed to make landfall like this weekend or something, or in like 5 days.
Yeah, here in Saturday. The storm still. I'm hearing the storm still can turn and go somewhere else. But even if it hits further up, it's still going to be a lot of rain up there. But the best case scenario is the storm just completely misses everybody and just goes right back out to the ocean.
Yeah, I saw a funny.
It doesn't look like that way right now.
I saw a funny Facebook group like it says, just everybody turn your fans on at once in Florida.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny that actually worked. Yeah. If that worked, man, that'd be amazing to see the hurricane just go right back the other way.
Get out of here, hurricane. We don't want you.
Yeah, go hit Africa. Like, go back, like what? No, you thwarted me again. You crazy Americans.
Like, were you trying an accent there?
I was not. I was just saying. I was like voice of a hurricane.
Oh,
that was
okay.
The voice of God. Voice of God talking. I don't think God has an accent.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we might get some outages on Saturday or into Sunday stuff with the hurricane hitting. So just be aware that might affect your MUT weekend, and hopefully it doesn't cause a ton of damage. Even though I think Houston's still reeling and stuff from that. So all the best for those people in that line. Anything else on?
Best of luck. Best of luck.
Yep.
Also, EA, move your offices to a place that's not close to the ocean. Just come out here to Colorado, baby. I don't understand why you gotta be out there in Orlando when Colorado's.
Doesn't like Colorado have like a ton of like avalanches and stuff? Didn't you like name your hockey team after that?
Why are you watching movies about stuff that doesn't happen? What are you doing?
What about like
only thing we get here is blizzards, but that happens rarely.
Blizzards up in the mountains? That sounds like some sort of
Well, I don't gotta be in the mountains. I'm not in the mountains. I'm close to the mountains. I'm probably a good hour and a half drive from Pikes Peak. But you can just come set up shop out here. You be in the middle of the world. Nobody gotta worry about anything. The weed's legal here, so if you want to obey the law, you can do that as well. And you gotta live in a garbage state called Florida.
Yeah. So is Colorado like the least natural disaster state in the nation? Because like in the Midwest, you're getting tornadoes. At the coasts, you're getting hurricanes, and on the West Coast, you're getting earthquakes. So is Colorado the move?
I mean, if you cool with snow, the only thing about here sucks is if it snows bad, it snows bad. That's the only thing that sucks about it. So it's kind of, I would say probably Oklahoma's bad too. Like Colorado's probably the safest. Actually, Google it. What is the safest state to live, weather-wise? It's gonna be someplace like South Dakota, which I never want to live.
Well, that's also wet. That's also worse storms than you, right? For this north. So
this is way north.
So what do you think, like northern Arizona, New Mexico?
Heat, dry spells. Like
northern Arizona ain't bad. Southern Arizona is.
Southern Arizona's bad.
Yeah, but northern isn't bad.
Yeah, just get someplace where we don't got to worry about this. Like, this shouldn't be a business thing. Your company makes all this money. It shouldn't be located at a place where you got to go out and shop. Because if it hits, let's just say it misses Miami, which if it hits Miami, it's going to be awful. But if it hits Orlando, Jesus, man, the devastation is going to be crazy.
Yeah, luckily Orlando's
Category 5.
Orlando's like in the middle, like it's not on the coast, so it's not. I don't think the tornado will be as bad if it gets to Orlando, right? Because it's kind of inland. But the coast of like Miami could be pretty bad.
All right, so apparently according to this, the best place to live is Illinois. So, but Naperville, Illinois. I don't believe that for one second. I know Chicago's in Illinois.
Yeah, but that's not like but that's not natural disasters. Like EA's not gonna have server outages from random bullets.
That'd be funny though. Our servers are down again. Shooting. All right, so
it was a backdrop.
10 safest U.S. states. That'd be amazing. You just hear gunshots in the background of their streams. Like, what is this?
Oh.
Blah, blah. Oh my god.
Guru becomes a drug kingpin. Oh,
right?
You got another assassination attempt. Yeah.
All right, Denver is 9 on this list. Chicago's 8 on this list. Pennsylvania, which I would never want to live in Pennsylvania. Ohio sucks. What is this? Bethesda, Rockville, Frederick. What is that city? All right, we got Buffalo, New York, which sounds miserable as well because that's fake New York right there.
Yeah, but
we got Akron, Ohio. That's worse than Dayton, Ohio. Cleveland. Okay, these are terrible. All right, never mind. You can stay where you are. You can stay down in Florida. I can see why. The safest cities are all awful. Denver's not on this list though, so if you want to come to Denver, that's where I recommend you guys.
What states are not awful to you, Texas?
Well, places that are expensive and cold, and I feel like Cleveland and New York are 2 on the list right there.
I don't know if Cleveland's
Ohio.
Yeah. Okay, so no, but I mean like which ones? Like you seem to trash every state you're going to, except for Colorado and Texas. What are the states?
Well, Colorado, because lots of stuff to do in Colorado. In Texas, Texas is cheap, man. Like the cost of living in Texas is ridiculous. Like if I lived in Texas right now, I'd be paying like not much money for a lot of land. Whereas up here, Colorado's kind of expensive, but a lot of stuff to do, which kind of balances it out. Like right now, I might go whitewater rafting sometime this week. I might get out there in the rapids with my GoPro.
That's awesome.
Might die.
Little vlog.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be cool stuff. Whereas in Texas, I can't do that, but I'll save more money and I can just fly places and do that because it's the money I save.
Okay. It is.
Yeah, I mean, also no state income tax in Texas.
Yeah,
so.
that the downsides and the positives. Right? How's Texas's education? If you got no state, it doesn't state.
It's terrible.
Is it?
It's bad. And Texas education. So Texas education is a lot lower than Colorado's when it comes to just at a standard. Texas teaches on a lower education level than other states, but. I mean, it's Texas. I mean, what else do you expect from Texas? Like, that's what I expected.
Well, it's all tied to funding, though, isn't it?
I don't think it's tied to funding. I think it's tied to a bunch of, I don't want to sound ignorant, but it's probably tied to a bunch of just people maybe getting there, not don't say legally, but there's people just, I don't want to get into that right now, but there's people that's probably just flocking there that don't go to school for this stuff, and so it kind of ties to their education. I think their funding's fine. I think their funding is fine.
Oh. How do they fund it if they don't have income tax?
I mean, they fund it somehow because we got roads that no potholes down there. I don't know. Oil money, man. I don't know.
True. Could be oil.
Export. I don't know what they're doing. Man, Texas is kind of a weird state. They want to succeed from the United States. They also want to get the same access for being a part of the United States, but not being a part of it. So it's a weird, interesting state. But they also have some cool things like tax-free weekends. So I don't know how they make money. Like, think about it. You just said, how do they make money? They have weekends where you can go 3 days and just buy anything you want without getting taxed.
It's probably oil. I mean, that's the same thing with a lot of. It's the same thing with a lot of countries that do the same thing. They don't need taxes because they have oil.
Yeah.
But
yes, oil and cows.
Enough. Steers. I'm not gonna get into that. Let's wrap the podcast up. I was gonna do the old steers joke, but let's finish it before we get too political.
2017.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was the MUTMen podcast, episode number 76. Appreciate Steph coming by again. Check out his stuff. The link will be down in the description below. As well as check out Fox's channel. He plays top 5 in Weekend League. He's the best Madden player on YouTube. Be sure to check out his channel. Check out his Twitch. Subscribe to him if you guys aren't already. And Gut Fox, can we get an answer to this question? Will you be playing Weekend League this week?
It's 50-50 right now.
50-50?
Yeah. I got
50-50?
I got to go to a wedding this weekend, so real life shit gets in the way.
Gotcha. I mean, it might be a week to take off. I feel like everybody's going to be kind of gooned up this week, so I might be trying to get into it at the wrong time, but you might be out of it at the right time.
Yeah, if there's monthly rewards, though, this would be a terrible weekend to skip because I've already played this first weekend. Then I'd be out of the monthly reward contention if I skip a whole weekend.
I don't think they're going to be in any right now. I think they may add that eventually, but if there were going to be some, why not add it? Why not talk about it right now?
Yeah.
Because people are really negative on it. And EA sees these tweets. They see people talking like, yo, I'm not playing this ever again. And they're like, why not? There's something down the line that you might care for. It's to be ominous about it. So I don't know why they're not talking about it. So I think you'll be fine unless they decide to add it retroactively, which I don't think they're going to. So I think you'll be good.
Yeah. If they don't say something before this weekend, then yeah, I don't think we'll see. I guess probably not. But all right, Texas. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being a part of the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the Texas podcast with Gut Fox.
Yeah, the Texas podcast with a special guest, Stiff. And we'll catch you on Gut Fox channel next week, guys. So hopefully team leaders are out by then and we got some good conversation about if they're worth it or not.
Yep.
Peace.